Who
Let's,
needs destiny?
yeah,
I'm going to
it's
click
the
it
destiny
once.
pool.
This is going to take. I'm going to click it once. This is going to be Arena because he can't connect.
Okay.
That's Arena's role.
Oh, well, that's perfect.
What did I get?
You got a 1 light.
Hey.
Morvis is complaining because he got too dark.
Okay, I need to roll things. Hold on.
Click here to.
You're welcome.
Yep. Yep. We are running with 4 dark points, so not perfect.
We'll just ignore if the debt comes up, Morvis. Nobody's obligation was triggered. I don't know if y'all should have added duty. If Brandon should have gotten some duty. Did you remember doing that?
I believe so. Let me look at my sheet.
No, you did.
Oh, I didn't add it onto the Ford Fodder sheet. I added it on Star Wars character generator OG dudes. Og dudes.
Oh.
Let me pull it up.
Hi, poof poof.
Alright, so y'all just roll resilience if you're hurt. If you're not hurt, nobody's hurt, so we don't have to worry about it. I got this neat little thing that y'all don't have that shows everybody's wounds and oh no, Arena's hurt. You want me to roll resilience for you?
Yes, please. I'm currently fixing the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
The router got turned off.
Oh.
That's it.
That would do it.
The internet doesn't work. Why? It was turned off. Oh.
We try turning it on again?
That's what I'm currently doing.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
My suggestion: turn it on.
You're still pretty hurt, so.
Oh, I'll be fine. I've had much worse than this. I actually kind of got my accent for this character down.
Doctor's got some assistance. He'll do a medicine check for you. You're pretty easy. Okay, so you get 4, 5. Okay, so you get healed, but you don't really gain it back from just sleeping. You still feel kind of crap in the morning. Doctor insists on taking a look at you. Unless you say no, then he heals your wounds.
Woo.
And
Not letting me change my duty, by the way. Sorry.
What do you need me to change it to?
15. Let me add obligation, which is weird, but it wouldn't let me add 5 to the duty.
Hello, Kamidash.
Well, let me do it.
Hola.
Hello. Let's see when you're totally here. I show you an arena something cool. You guys are both gonna freak out about how cool this is. It also works with like ship weapons too, so if you use gunnery, it makes the turbo laser sound. It's so cool.
Nice.
I haven't figured out how to do R2-D2's beeps yet, but that's next week.
Well, it's just kind of, you whistle, you put your lips together, and then blow air.
I mean, I press a button and it talks.
I know. We can hear that.
Okay, so that medicine check's not going to count against you because we're basically going to. We might do stuff this week, but we're going to basically start with downtime and pursuing our goals as player characters. I know that we want to track down the guy who's going to fix the ship. What else do we want to do?
I personally would like to help fix up the town.
Okay.
Kind of like get people together, use the power of actually knowing how, um, use the power of being in the military to be able to kind of form better working teams.
Okay. What other ambitions do we have? People were talking about selling the sail barge. Are we selling the sail barge?
Well,
I mean, we could sell it to the town.
yeah, so they have access to it, so they could do stuff. And I was thinking that if we give it to them in return, they could help us fix up the ship, sending in workers and
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do if we sold it.
Yes, and with that, if we do decide to leave Terrace at some point, the town could use the sail barge for dealing with any rackles or whatever else is needed.
Okay, well, you do have a contact who had money to work on the ship. Are you gonna pursue that? Remember at the very beginning,
Yeah,
there was
the
an
Imperial.
Imperial nerd guy. Are you gonna
Yep.
try to contact him, or are you freaked out because you saw stormtroopers?
I'm gonna try to. Oh, is it my contact or is it? Is it?
As I
Orvis?
recall, the guy was pretty dumb and like blurted out his details, so anyone could really contact them if they wanted to. Like
I
as
think
I recall, wasn't he didn't know what he was doing, like fish out of water kind of character?
I do also believe that he was also talking to Bran, mostly, and Morvis was listening in, but was like basically at another table, her back turned, but was listening in on the conversation. So she and Bran will probably know about that. As for the other members of the crew, not so much, because we got everybody to come help us out to rescue the kids. So only Morvisis and Bran would probably know the contact of that Imperial guy. The Imperial.
I was in the area when
Oh
he
yeah,
blurted
she was in
it
the room.
out.
Yeah.
Also, CB as well. So yeah, obviously. So all three of us would know about this contact of the reclamation service.
Okay, so who's gonna call this guy?
I'll call him.
Okay.
Yeah, Morvis is going to go with him, as she is going to let Zezos stay with Bran's mother again.
Okay, so I mean, actually, I could just roleplay it. There's some static, and eventually he comes on. Hello? Hello?
Greetings. I believe we talked recently. I'm Brandoon.
Oh, thank force. I thought you were going to be my CEO to assign me to some kind of patrol.
Hardly.
I thought that. Forgive me, I don't know much, but I do know that some wealthy individual from uptown, and there's a little bit of static. He comes back on. Friends with military, one of the colonels in the military. I'm not involved in that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. I'm
So-
glad to hear that. And I'm
What?
writing this down on my pad, like pushing it over to Morvisis as we're talking on the phone, as I'm talking on the net to this guy.
So whatever happened down there, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I have it on some, and it kind of scrambles out again. There's going to be a court-martial involved.
Oh, really? That's
I don't
terrible.
know. He's got powerful friends, but I mean, here's hoping.
Who does?
Well, the colonel I was talking to you about.
Oh, yes, of course. My apologies. Misunderstanding.
But
Uh,
I mean, we can't just
So-
we can't just be detaching units of troopers to harass enemies of some crime family, can we? That's no way to run a military.
that's just terrible. Horrible. Who would do such a thing?
Well, I'm
Not
glad
the Empire.
I'm glad you're okay. I know that they were ordered somewhere down there. Hopefully, it was another settlement.
We're fine. Everything's fine here. How are you?
I would really like to get an excuse to leave my office before I get assigned to tracking these Imperial bounties at the.
Well, I have
Coruscant's
just
obsessed with them.
I have just the perfect excuse for you. We have secured the Endar Spire and cleared it of any untoward inhabitants. And we would love your expertise. We are currently forming several work groups of folk who can help labor on the ship to repair it and get it operational again, if possible.
Oh,
I know that was one of the things that you were interested in.
absolutely. Yes. I'll start hiring a crew and get them down there. That's excellent news.
Fantastic. And we'll have some extra folks as well to help out with whatever needs doing. If it's just, manual labor or even, some of them might have some technical skills. A number of them have been scavengers, so they'll definitely know, old parts and stuff, especially from the war when the Endar Spire came from.
Well, I don't know what it's
Oh.
like. I don't know what it's like down on deck 74, but in the upper city, everything's on lockdown. It might take me a while to get a crew and get down there. They're questioning everyone and searching them for. Did you catch the news this morning?
Something about 2 bounties?
Yeah, they're
Some lady
looking for
named
this
Dune.
droid.
Fortunately, it's not the same spelling as my last name.
Oh, she's an Alderanian. I'm sure there's no relation.
Definitely no relation.
Whoever they've stirred up, it was the Hive. We've got 2 Imperial Star Destroyers for the drop troops coming down to look for these 2. It's serious
Wow,
business.
that is serious business. And I'm like still writing all this information down.
So I might be this afternoon before I can get out there. Actually, let me turn the timer on because time's going. Might be this afternoon
Sure.
before I can get down there, but if I'm not able to find a way down today, I'll call you back.
Alrighty. Well, hopefully you can. And if you have any problems, I think we might know someone in the sheriff's department that might be able to get you through.
Well, let me see if I have any problems before we start doing anything extracurricular. But I will keep that in mind.
Okay.
And he hangs up.
All right. Fantastic.
So on this world map, you might notice there's a big black spot.
Yes.
It's limited to the sensor range of the barge. So, like, if
Well, that's
you
cool.
head down to the Endar Spire, you reveal more of the map. It should have,
Eastern Fields.
yeah. And
Block D, 1917.
You guys should be able to kind of.
Good year. No.
But basically, you should be able to drive
That's
this
the year of the
thing
Russian
around and-
Revolution.
Yeah, right
don't
now
know.
that pilot guy, can't remember what he was, the species. I believe you said he was the guy with the 3 eyes, I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah. The, kind of goatish.
Yeah. He's piloting, so Morvis will probably go down there telling him to pilot to the town of South Point Station.
Gran.
Oh yes, grand.
Isn't that Gran?
Isn't that grand? Grand? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know either.
I've been listening to Dungeons and Daddies, the podcast, where all the player characters are dads, and whenever any of them tell a dad joke, all the other players take psychic damage. And
I love it.
See, I would abuse the hell out of that.
Oh, they do, and then they get an inspiration point. So,
did it work?
Someone go away and come back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep. Hello.
Yeah, hey. Hang on. Give me a moment.
Guten Tag.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. I was saying let's hold off on negotiating a price for the pilot until we give some time to Arena, because Arena said I want to do this specific thing. So once you get out of the clinic and you're feeling better.
Yeah, I think we should be in South Point Station map
if you want me to get to the map of the city, I can do that.
Hey!
I'll be able to actually get on once I pull up the computer. Now I have food. And am not dying of possibly getting drunk. I don't know. Oh yeah, I should tell you what was in the flippin' sangria I had. It was great.
I didn't know you like to get messed up, man.
Oh, I didn't. I was fine. I'm 21. I can legally drink.
Oh God.
God.
You're all
so young.
You're all so little.
I am baby.
Fire whale.
Hey, I'm Russian. I started drinking when I was like 13.
What was that, Spark?
Oh, I'm Russian. I started drinking when I was like 13.
Right on. Spark, you want to see something cool while Arena tries?
Yeah, what's up?
You gotta like this.
It's cool.
Let's get a little token out for Spark. And let's get some. Today we'll be fighting rat ghouls. Okay, so there's a rat ghoul, and there's a rat
fun.
Rat? Why are they surrounding me?
Because it does the thing in a direction, and I want you to see it. Okay, so first you have to select your token, and then you have to target another token. So to target them, you can either right-click and hit the target button, or apparently you can do it by double right-clicking.
Oh, there we go.
Are there little like triangles around it?
Yeah.
Okay, so with your character selected, use a combat ability.
Like just roll an attack?
Or you can use a weapon or whatever. Anything that rolls a combat ability will do it. Yeah.
Oh, that was really cool.
And just so you know, just so you can see it, we'll have Bran will use gunnery on it.
Whoa, that's
pretty cool.
That's so cool. It like actually shoots towards the target.
Yep. Sorry, I'm easily impressed.
That's awesome.
And also, like in bounties and opening crawls and recent events, I've got little journal entries that I've tried to do up to look like Star Wars-y. And it's all templates, so I can do them all pretty quick now. The two bounties that are listed are like on this morning's news, so everyone knows about it if they watch the news. So Arena, while you're, what's the kind of general idea? What are you seeking to improve? Are you trying to organize them You're trying to organize the town into like a militia, or what?
So, some of the town probably got mucked up during that whole shenanigan.
Actually, they had 4 casualties.
Eh. Well, I'm gonna try and like teach, kind of do some militia teaching. So in case this happens again, they're better prepared to defend themselves. I'm basically doing that one scene in The Mandalorian where the Mandalorian tells everybody who can fight and then proceeds to teach people how to fight.
Okay.
Samurai 7.
Samurai
So
7, yeah.
I want to default
With
to
the 7th
knowledge.
Samurai.
I want to default to knowledge warfare for this, but I'm guessing you don't have that very good.
Yeah, I was gonna base this more on like, here's how to shoot.
Okay, so you start with shooting lessons. Do ranged heavy difficulty 2, and then you can spend advantages from that on a knowledge warfare track to try to organize the militia.
Okay. Ranged heavy. I forgot how to.
Oh wait,
There we
were
go.
you able to connect?
I am on. I am currently attempting to roll.
Wow. Well, you got an advantage, so it doesn't matter that you failed. It was like you could use advantages as. Okay, so make a knowledge warfare check with 1 upgrade.
Oh yeah.
You actually.
What matters
Part of the
is that I
narrative is you
tried.
missed the target a couple times. And people are like, do you really know how to shoot? But you might still organize.
You really know how to shoot? Oh no.
Okay, yeah. So you will upgrade them from being basically having a sheriff's office to, if they are attacked, they have like, actually give me a perception check with an upgrade too. During part of
Is
this,
this something?
the doctor checked your weapon and noticed that the sights were misaligned and readjusted it for you. Maybe you noticed something about him. You do. You notice that he is about 70, but is in like peak physical condition. You can add the little piece of Durasteel that he has over his left shoulder. When he's not looking, you get you can stare at it and you can tell it. This is a retired clone soldier from not one of the divisions from the Clone Wars. He's not famous. He's just a fucking grunt. But
It's not Rex. No.
It's not Rex, yeah.
Like he's a retired clone soldier. So
That's cool.
it comes out through all of this. He's got like some military experience, so he kind of becomes. I mean, if you want to, you can kind of lean on that, and he can kind of become like, if the city's attacked, I'm in charge, kind of thing.
Yeah. Let's like, because Arena has great respect for him, due to reasons, very very important reasons, that she will not say. But she does have a lot of respect for him, so she will lean into him being kind of like being like, hey, you think you can get these guys into shape in case something happens?
Yeah, don't do that. Actually, Arena, you go ahead and do that. Yeah, and it actually kind of, you started the conversation, and he just sort of becomes part of it towards the end. And you guys actually work out a chain of command and stuff like that, so they're not like on their own. They have a plan.
Yeah. Arena is going to mention offhandedly to the guy, larger group formation was never my thing. I was always small strike team, individual.
He looks you over. Huh. I always wondered. Tell me, this might be a little awkward for you. What's it like? We were always told all the clones were male, and that they didn't get a second specimen that was female because it would confuse us if there was a woman fighting with us. I never had that experience when there were women fighting with us. Some of those Jedi were women. Was that ever a problem, or are the Kaminoans just backwards people?
So no. Usually I had a problem because I wasn't human. A lot of people thought that because of that I was worse than useless. Showed them all up, but yeah, I'm not really good at saying like a baseline experience, as it were.
Well, at least
I
I
would-
was at least I was disposable human. Not much better, I suppose. He kind of laughs it off. This galaxy's got to get its stuff sorted out.
Really does. It's horrible, the things that they did to people like you.
Oh, but so bad. He kind of returns to being an old man and kind of slowly sits down when you know he's actually in pretty good shape and isn't all that beat up. But yeah, that was a little something I hid in there. I don't know if anyone noticed it when they looked at his character sheet. But he's a
I
soldier
did.
medic. He's a soldier medic and a retired clone soldier.
We found Kix!
Yeah.
He's not. He's not a named one. He's Dr. Morgan, and he doesn't share what his clone name was.
Can we adopt him?
He's adopted
should he-
now.
Let's not adopt NPCs because we all know it's just bait for the GM to wound us emotionally.
I already know you're gonna. I
Yeah.
already know you're gonna make Easy Pete your like
I
communications officer.
Too
So,
late.
So I would say at this point, Morvis is with Bran, and Morvis is having the conversation regarding of the recent events and Call. So she's going to basically say this when they're probably, I don't know, at the restaurant, I guess, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. So while we're there, she just says, I don't trust this. It seems a bit odd. I mean, Imperials don't usually work with criminals. They would probably do it off the books if they wanting to get something out of it. My guess...
Right, which is why... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, my guess is that there's something worse on that ship. Not the ship itself, but probably its information. That is what I am
Yeah.
thinking.
On the Spire?
On the Spire, yes. Something...
You're probably
Something
sorry,
that
go
will
ahead.
make only sense is why the Empire will go after an old Republic-era ship that's been here for a couple of thousands years or so. Why would they go after a heap of junk? And why would they hire criminals to do it? They're trying to hide their involvement.
I thought they went after us because we took them out of the ship, and then the Black Sun called in a favor to the Empire.
Yes, so
Yep.
ask yourself.
it's not uncommon for the Black Sun to call in the Empire or vice versa.
Yeah,
Is-
hand in glove.
Em-
Empire's never been as clean as they like to think they are.
Are you
part of the
guys
reason I left.
are you guys part of this conversation? Because I thought it was only me and Bran.
Oh, I thought we were at the restaurant, so that's why.
Yeah.
No, we
We
all
thought
have.
we were
Yeah,
all-
I thought we were all at the
Oh, I
restaurant.
thought we were all
I'm
chilling.
sorry. I'm sorry, Morpheus.
The more people that participate, the more fun.
Yeah. It's just. I was
Trying to
asking, like, was everybody else at the restaurant? Because like, I was not told. So.
Well, Spark might be held up. There's something I want to do with Spark.
Yeah. It's
How do I
awesome.
do the whisper thing?
I don't know how to whisper, but if you select your token and type, it says that you're talking.
So yeah, but basically, I guess we are just all huddled there talking and everything. I mean, true, the Empire has pockets that they could use the criminal Empire, and the criminal empires do certain things so long as they don't get on the Empire's bad side. But still, I'm pretty sure the Empire would not stoop to child slavery. And I bet they would not be so inclined to being blackmailed by the Black Sun.
I mean, the Empire had Wookiee slaves that were children, so. I mean,
yes, but these were humans. There was a difference.
Yeah. Racism.
Yay, racism!
I'm
kidding.
I mean, maybe the Imperials didn't know that the human children were slaves. And after all, they were the lower level. So it's not like the Imperials on the upper levels care much for what happens to the folks on the lower levels. Right?
Speaking of which, speaking of like racism,
Speaking of racism, what a great way to open. Please continue.
the Black Sun pilot, who's been kind of held up, who's been sitting in the restaurant for a while, sees his opportunity. Hey, Blue Lady, you wanted to work out hiring me on as your freighter captain?
Or
turn, your barge captain?
Yeah, I turn and say, yes, we will discuss that later. Right now, I suggest you get something to eat and or drink, because it is going to be a long day of talking.
So, I'm an indentured servant. Can you help me out here? I'm real hungry.
Indentured servant meaning...
Meaning I'm from Hutta. They bought me like I was property.
No. I was asking the meaning of that out of character.
Oh, an indentured servant is like someone who is sort of... It's like next to slavery, but not quite.
Got it.
It's a little muddled.
It's like legal. It's like debt slavery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
You work until you pay off your debt, and then you're free.
Yeah, so Morvis is going to go over there and... let me check my credits. Yeah, how much money would it be to get him a decent meal and or drink?
Well, with all the salvage they've got, they're actually kind of booming, and they got some actual food from Deck 47 Hub this morning. So 25 credits, and like he can have the equivalent of like steak and potatoes.
So yeah, I'll give him that. So I'll spend 25 credits to give him like steak, potatoes, and a drink.
By the way, the Nutra Noodles, everything's on the house because you saved the place. So he's like, no, I'd take care of it. But yeah, the food at the restaurant is like way better today. Like
yeah.
They traded a bunch of scrap metal from that blown up AT-AT.
Yeah. Dumb Empire, leave tech behind.
Yeah. So I'm spending 25 credits to give this guy a decent meal, judging by the amount of hardship he went through.
If he's a friend of yours, he's a friend of the house. He can have whatever he wants.
Okay, so
Don't worry about it. You
So-
saved my life. You saved my boy's life.
Okay.
You ain't never paying for another meal here again.
Alright, thank you. And I guess, like, he's eating, and I'm basically continuing the conversation with everybody else. And until he finished eating, I am probably going to take him to... Is there a mayor in charge of South Point?
Sheriff.
A sheriff? Well, you know, like, the person in charge,
It's kind of been the sheriff de facto, but during the events of the day, all of the city leaders are out practicing. Like early this morning, all the city leaders were out practicing. They kind of had a meeting, and they kind of agreed that like the town should have an elected leader, but for right now, it's between the sheriff and the doctor.
Okay, so I would probably get the doctor and the sheriff to have a sit down, as I'm going to probably discuss the whole deal with my new partner that you didn't technically give him a name now, did you?
No.
So yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. So basically, that's what Morvis is going to do. We're going to have like a whole sit-down conversation discussing how the new deal is that this person is going to use his barge to help with your transporting of goods and or people for security and other salvaging works.
So between the three of you, the best negotiation roll. What is your negotiation check?
My negotiation is 3 green.
Same.
Okay, well, the doctor has 2 green, and the
I have a. Oh wait, no, I'm not here. Never mind.
The sheriff has 1 yellow, so you can build a 1 yellow, 2 green out of that check, and Morvis seems to be kind of leading the negotiations, so go ahead and roll an upgraded negotiation check difficulty. We'll say 2. Normally it would be 3 for specialized help, but this guy kind of owes you.
Okay, so it's 1 yellow, 2 green, 2 purple.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay, so you're able to come to an agreement that they think they can afford once they get things moving. The problem is that if you want to get, like he mentions, hey, this area is dangerous and I don't really feel great having this barge without weapon systems on it, and your boarding crew tore up the weapon. Can we get that fixed before I get it running? I mean, there's like zombies out there.
I turn. Is it possible to fix the weapon systems? As I turn to the sheriff.
I could try to see if some of the prospectors could fix it.
And besides, anything that is good for the town would be beneficial. It's a good deal.
If nothing else, we could take the blaster off of that dump truck and put it on there.
Indeed. That is also a ideal thing we could do.
Easy Pete's hurt, so his roll will suffer slightly. I gave you too many damn NPCs.
I mean, that's what happens when you have a big battle.
Oh wait, he ignores a setback, so he ignores the setback for having a critical injury. Great. Okay. Oh, not only can he get this thing on there, he can get it on there and twin link it. It's got 2 different barrels that they're just using for one shot.
Nice.
And then the doctor's like, no, you're not going to crawl up there and get covered in grease. You need to rest. So there's a little bit of the doctor fighting with him. But he says, once I get the doctor's okay, yes, I can fix it.
Good. Then I will leave it to you. For now, I need to handle a situation, a personal situation. I will leave the rest to the other members of the group. For now, I need to go speak with Reva about something. Morvisis says as she leaves the restaurant area and is trying to find Reva.
Oh, I'm going to cut before we do that, just because we've had some time with this group, and Spark hasn't really done anything. So
yeah.
Where is Spark having the conversation with the Mandalorian crew?
Probably wherever they just find her, at a bar somewhere.
They're probably in the seedier bar because they got stronger drinks.
She's gonna, like she said, she'll try to find the flight out, so she'll send a message out to her sister and see if she can send someone over.
Okay.
And
so there's some connection issues, but you are able to get through this, sister. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
no, she was just gonna include that they did pretty well.
There is some static. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hey.
And then
Hey.
there's a little bit of hello back and forth for a second, and oh hi Spark, are you okay? We heard somebody owed somebody money, big in the big mover in the empire got caught diverting funds to attack some settlement down there. Was that part of what you were mixed in with?
Yeah, actually, we shut the whole thing down. It's pretty fun.
Oh, I think they're gonna hang this guy.
Well, that sounds like a him problem and not a me problem.
Well, I mean, it's not a problem at all if he's attacking settlements. There's no honor in that. Aren't they supposed to be protecting them?
Yep. Well, it's a good thing we were here when we were.
Yeah, those guys I sent down, they said that they got their. We were on comms before, and it kind of blanks out for a second. And then they had some trouble getting through. There was a lockdown at the little city surrounding the main transport tube, and they were detained there for 30 minutes. They're looking for someone. Have you been looking at the news today?
Sorry, what was that? I blanked out for a second.
Well, some of it did get blocked out from too much communication going on the planet right now. But basically, she was like, "Hey, they were telling me the part you missed, and then they got detained for 30 minutes. They're looking for some. They're out in force in the mid city and the upper city. Uh, were they even able to get there on time to help you?
Yeah, they got there pretty quickly.
You looked at the news today? I think there's some high dollar bounties out. I think that this has something to do with the city lockdown.
Maybe I'll have to take one of those up.
I'd like to take one of these up. She sends the data over to you.
Oh, that was cool. It just kind of popped up on my screen.
Yep. There's two of them, so you have to move the windows around a little bit.
Is R3T7 the droid we saw earlier?
Yes, you know where that droid is.
Oh, interesting.
And you were there, and you know why they're looking for the droid, because you were there when it was revealed the droid had plans to plant this droid super weapon.
Oh man. Now I'm trying to think if she would care more about the money or if she really cares about any of this Force stuff. For now, her curiosity's gonna get the better of her, and she won't say anything about the droid.
So
But
they're looking. Until they find these two, I think we're going to be having some trouble moving around town. I don't suppose you guys have air travel down there.
not really.
I guess they'll be stuck there for a little bit. I can try to call in some favors, but getting air transport out under this lockdown is going to be hard. Can you get them someplace to stay for the next day or two?
Yeah, I can definitely do that. People down here owe us a favor anyways.
All right, I'll get to work on that, and yeah, let me know if you see either of those two. I'll definitely split the glory with you.
Split it. That better be like a 90-10 split.
Okay, okay. I'll help if I have to help you apprehend one of them. Then
all right.
I'll split the glory with you.
Hey, sis, real quick. Do you ever hear voices in your head? She's referring back to when, Obi-Wan spoke in her head, but she still doesn't believe it.
What?
You don't ever, hear people talking to you about, like, things?
Have you had a radiation checkup recently? I hear it's pretty bad down there.
No, I'm fine.
No, I don't hear voices in my head. No.
Right. Okay. She kind of just laughs it off.
So actually, there might be a minor tell. Don't worry if you fail this. She's not gonna figure everything out. But give me like a easy deception check. Because you do know where one of those are, and you didn't say anything.
Oh boy, my deception is...
But don't worry, like, even if you fail it, she'll just be like, are you okay, or something. And she's like, hey. Are you alright? Talking about voices and stuff?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just had some old man tell me some weird stuff. You remember that message I sent you?
Yeah.
Well, we never did find the Obi-Wan Kenobi we were looking for.
Oh, that man's trouble. If that's where you're hearing voices from, you just need to steer away from that man.
Yeah, suppose he only was trouble during the Clone Wars.
We owe him a lot. And she says that in a kind of angry voice, like retribution.
All right, well, I'll let you know if anything else comes up. Thanks, sis.
All right. See ya.
See ya. She'll hang up, and then her next course of business is going to be to track down old Ben Kenobi.
Old Ben Kenobi.
Well, after finding somewhere for her Mandalorian to stay.
Okay. Well, let me figure out what Morvisis was up to, and then we'll come back to that.
Awesome.
So, where is Reva right now?
My understanding is you guys were all in the restaurant. Is that right?
I'm hanging out at the restaurant.
Yeah, after I have finished doing my militia setup, I also go to the restaurant.
Okay, so I see Reva, and as I walk by her, I then say, give me a moment, I need to get this. I then say, hello, Irina Leddyer.
Still can't pronounce it right, even after all this time.
So tell me, how long has it been since you left?
About 2 years now.
Was it by chance that you came across this place, or were you specifically coming here for a specific reason?
Honestly, had a close call. Thought it'd be a nice place to settle down for a bit. Wasn't planning on staying very long.
I see. Well, considering of the recent events, I would say it was good to have you here. Tell me, how was that last mission you went on?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
I'm talking. I'm talking,
out of character, am confused.
Yeah, I would say since Morvis has been in like the intelligence department of the Empire, she would know certain things. So I think she would know like certain aspects on the missions that you have been doing before she left and before you left. So like during the time in the Empire.
Okay, so how long ago did Morvis leave?
Yeah, I have her bio here. Give me a moment. So, so yeah, she served in the Empire for about 10 years, and then she left, and she left the Empire, and it was not until 5 years later that she's here and everything. So like she found this place and she lived on Terrace for about 5 years. So yeah. She's basically it does not.
There's a lot he missed after Messnu died. God, that mission was cursed.
Huh.
I'm barely able to get Tidwell out alive.
Yeah.
But that was 5 years ago now. After that, I think I ended up taking over command.
Well, it's been.
Made Lieutenant Commander somehow.
Well, tell me. Did you receive any kill orders on recent Imperials?
Back in the job. Honestly, you knew where I was stationed. Half of my job was procuring art.
Well,
the other half of it was being basically a terrorist.
Yes. Well, let me just say this, and Morvis rests her hand on her blaster, and she says, "If you come after me or the kid, I will make sure you regret it. After all, I won't hesitate to kill my own."
Liam intervenes with that threatening dialogue and puts both his hands on both of their backs. He's like, "Well, hopefully it won't have to come down to that."
Finally, are they in the restaurant, or are we?
No. We're outside. We're outside. We're outside.
I've been quiet this whole time.
Yeah, we're outside.
I thought you were inside this whole time.
I got the impression Morvisis like took her somewhere quiet.
Yes, obviously.
I see. Sorry. Can I roll a perception check to at least get a vibe that Morvis is being threatening?
What are the vibes?
I mean,
through the force.
It wouldn't be that, but I'll let you roll a perception check, difficulty 2.
Okay.
I'll let you roll that. It's not going to be the vibe though.
Okay. All right. Perception. One moment. It's probably not going to come up with anything. Oh, that's not too bad.
Morvisis and Arena aren't in. They left at some point, and looking around, they've been gone for a little while.
I see.
You just noticed.
So yeah,
I don't think it'll come to that.
Good.
I only really take bounties on actual criminals.
Well, that's great. Then we won't have a problem. I say as I unrest my hand on my blaster as I leave, as I am heading back to Morvis's apartment.
I swear, are they all like this?
I mean, you loved them.
Are you saying that to Morvis, or are you saying that to yourself?
To myself.
Okay.
I'm like, oh God.
Okay. just like, I don't know if you're saying it to me or you're saying it to someone. Just say like, oh, to myself I say this, so like we get it.
I get the sense that like he was saying that once you left.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, because you did say you left, and I'm like, okay, now I don't. Like, oh God. I have been threatened. Again.
Why are Chiss so damn serious?
Annoying.
Why are you just so goddamn blue?
Well, I do have red eyes, okay?
You understand? Where are the yellow ones? Where are the red ones? Where are the green ones? Okay.
Well, Brown is the green one.
There you go.
Because he's a
Or we gotta have like the rainbow of humans parade. Have everybody just be human, but like a different color. It's like the pretty patties from SpongeBob.
Oh God.
Obi-Wan can be found just a little outside of town. He went to go get some privacy. He's like out this way. But if you ask around, they say, oh, he left, and he's easy to find. He's not trying to hide. He just wanted some privacy. He's out with the R3 droid. Interestingly enough. Is like looking over some data readings that it's reading off to him. You can see the hologram of this like circular station, and he starts looking around it, like touching parts of the hologram, and it zooms in. It's a few seconds before you realize just how big this station must be. Coming over the hill, just looking over him, you start to realize this station probably has a crew in the hundreds of. So you found out what do you want to do?
Say that last part again.
Spark said that didn't lose Spark. Lost more Visas.
No, we lost CB.
Are you able to...
Oh, hello?
Oh.
Hello?
We lost our GM too.
We lost. Oh, CB's back. And Half's back.
I can hear.
Fantastic.
Hello. People have returned.
I need a better...
We were all alone. Adrift for about 3 seconds. It was terrible.
Okay, so Spark...
It was fantastic.
Spark said that she was looking for Obi-Wan.
One man's horror is another man's pleasure.
Assuming that none of that came through, I'll just do it over again.
Okay.
Okay, so Obi-Wan left town and went just a little outside of town, like around here. People said, oh, he went out the front gate, said he wanted some privacy, took a droid with him. When you find him, you're coming over a hill, and he's... The R3 units pulled up like kind of a touch interactive hologram of a spherical station, and Obi-Wan's like touching parts of it and magnifying it and looking at it. It takes a minute to realize it, but by the time you're within like speaking distance, you can tell that this station is enormous. It's the size of a small planetoid and crews at least 100,000, if not 200,000 men. The biggest thing that's ever been built that you've ever heard of. So, what do you want to do? Or are you guys not able to hear me again?
I hear you.
Oh no, we are. Spark was the only one that was looking for him, right?
We're
Yeah.
not in this conversation yet.
Sorry.
Because I'm looking for him in a bit.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, there you go.
Did you hear my
Are you muted?
intro?
No, I'm sorry. My internet is being really shit right now.
Did you hear my little
Everyone
spiel?
says.
No, you didn't hear the spiel?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Obi-Wan went outside of town. Someone in town said he went outside of town. He said he wanted some fresh air. Coming outside of town, he's easy to find. He's like just outside of town, like around here. Coming over the hill, he's looking at like a hologram of some spherical station. And he's pressing on, he's like tapping parts of the hologram to magnify it. And as you approach him, you start to realize the enormity of this space station. It's huge. It's the size of a large moon or a small planetoid. Did you
Spark
hear that?
will approach and just stand by them for a moment, just quietly looking at it before speaking up. What is this? This thing is huge. I've never seen anything quite like this.
This is why we all need to make passage to Alderaan quickly.
With something this big, what are we supposed to do about it?
This droid has the full schematics of it, and it is active in the galaxy. The weapon on it is capable of unspeakable destruction, like vaporizing planets.
It's horrible.
Owners on Alderaan seem to have a plan, and these schematics are part of that plan.
She sighs, thinking about it. In her head, she's like, this is probably a good chance to get some money. So, say I was to come with you. This force, would they be paying for some help?
The Force? Do you mean the Force? The ways of the Force I offer to show you? Or do you mean
No. The force on Alderaan.
Yes, I'm certain there would be a reward, especially if we can find their agent, who's also somewhere on the planet. She's nobility.
I suppose I'll have to come along then. As for this other force, you still never quite explained that to me, and how you were speaking inside of my head, which, by the way, I don't quite appreciate.
I wanted to illustrate that something you believe was not there is in fact there. I apologize. There is an energy field in the galaxy. It is what gives things life. Those who have the proper perceptions can manipulate it, feel it, and use it. They can flow with its energies to achieve great feats and great wisdom. If we're going to be traveling to Alderaan with the lockdown on this planet, those abilities and that wisdom will serve you well. That's why I said we'll need to learn the ways of the Force, since you'll be coming with me to Alderaan.
Right. Is this possibly what's been causing these visions then?
Very possible. What visions are you talking about?
Well, every now and then I kind of black out for a moment, and I just kind of see what's about to happen.
You have the gift of foresight. The Force, being connected to all things, can predict what will happen if there is not intervention. And to those who are sensitive to it, it will sometimes violently force them to see, as if the force is calling out to them to intervene.
So you're saying if I go with you, if I learn with you, I can control these visions?
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess that settles it then.
It is not easy, and it will take a great deal of study. And some of the study you will find quite boring, because the first step is to always ground yourself and be mindful of what is happening right now, and to let go of your worries and your fears. And the reason for that is that this energy, there is a malicious side of it that will prey on negative emotions. And once that journey begins, it becomes chains that become harder and harder to break.
Well then, I suppose it's good that Clan Vizsla doesn't have any fear.
Clan Vizsla has other emotions that are other interpretations of fear. You conquer fear by turning it into anger, which is an even more dangerous emotion.
Well, that's what you're for, isn't it? Teach me how to control these things.
I will do my best. If you really want to learn, there are others who are better equipped than I. One of my pupils, unfortunately, made the wrong decisions, and I am ever fearful that I may have been some influence in that, and I want to be very careful. If we get to a point, if we begin, we will eventually get to a point where I will want you to meet another who is a better teacher than I am.
Well, when can we get started?
He looks around and he takes the kind of brown robe off of his shoulders, and then he's got like kind of padded armor underneath it. Comes over and says, "Lift up your arms."
She looks a little weirded out by it, but she does it.
He puts the robe on you and pulls the hood down over to where it's covering your face, right? And that weapon that you found on that ship,
The plasma sword?
it is an ancient weapon. It was designed for acolytes of an order that preceded mine. This could be a good place to begin to feel the force and to allow it to work through you. And that you can't see. Don't do anything to unobscure your vision. I have a training droid here. I want you to feel when danger is coming, and when it does, deflect. If you do not empty your head, you will feel a slight sting.
Well, I'm no stranger to pain, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get started right now, you get started right now. Draw that weapon and try to block the projectiles from this thing without looking at it.
All right, what should I roll?
I mean, is there any way to temporarily make your lightsaber based off your willpower or intelligence?
No, it only starts as Braun unless you go down a certain tree.
Well, I mean, like on the character sheet.
Oh.
I think you have to buy the talent for it to do it.
So I guess we'll just kind of do some math here. So, how many points do you have in lightsaber?
2 right now.
And what is your better of intelligence or willpower?
3. So it'd be the same as my Braun right now.
Okay, so then just roll lightsaber difficulty 2 with a setback or 2 setbacks for being blind. You may roll a force die with it. Okay.
Well, that's an interesting check.
So, I'll give you 2 options. One, you perform perfectly. However, in order to perform perfectly, you have to rely on the force, and you rely on it in an instinctual way where you force foresight. You force where the next you get lost for a second. Fear starts to grip you. Your training as a warrior turns it into rage, and you flow with that dark emotion, and you don't get struck once. Or you get to where you can make that choice, and you decide against it. You recognize that your anger is driving reaching out, and you get hit one time.
She'll choose against it.
Huh?
She just had to talk about, not using the malicious side, so she'll choose to not force it and just drive those emotions away.
Okay, so you're with him for about 30 minutes training. You get struck one time, and actually, when you get struck, he says, "Good. I could feel you reaching out for the force, but I could feel that you felt the chains coming with it, and you avoided it. That is more important than any transient danger. That is your first important lesson. If other people are coming to look for Obi-Wan, this might be an interesting time to show up."
Hi.
So,
I do have questions.
Yeah, you show up. R2D2's turned off the holo, and they're both there. You see Spark kind of. You see this like floating droid shooting lasers at Spark, and she's spinning to deflect them. Very occasionally, she gets struck by one, but for the most part, she seems to have like a preternatural sense, and she must be able to see through that robe somehow.
And
But
why
the
are you
robe
making
is
her do this?
way down to her chin. Because I thought it was cool. What? You don't like it? I thought it was cool. Damn it.
No, like Liam's asking Ben, why is he making her do
you
this?
said Ben.
Yeah, I said Ben. No.
She asked when she could begin to learn the ways of the Force. As a warrior, this was the first thing that came to mind.
He looks disappointed, but he doesn't say anything.
I do have a question for you, Kenobi, though it is one that is best asked in private.
He nods. He turns to Spark. Okay, go ahead and raise the hood over your head and try to reach out and try to empty your mind first. I want you to think about where you are, what you can hear, what you can smell, what is happening right now. And we'll talk about that in a minute. He turns to Arena and he says, "Lead the way, man."
Arena will lead Obi-Wan to a part just slightly away so that, no one can, basically, nobody else can hear them, and Arena's back is towards a wall so nobody can sneak up on her.
Well, you're kind of out in you're a little bit away from the town, so you can be back against a sand dune.
Yeah.
If you want to do that. Okay.
This force, is it genetic?
You're asking the wrong person about that. All of my teachers said yes, and I have seen evidence that it can be. That, however, I was always promised that I wouldn't amount to much, that I was barely any different from anyone else, and no one else in my family had any connection to the Force. I think that it's nurture as well as nature plays a role.
This isn't good.
What do you mean?
I have a child, a son. All the Force caused me is the destruction of everything I've held dear. And I don't want him to suffer the same fate.
Where is your son?
He's with my sister right now. Didn't want him here. Planning on getting off this rock.
Is your sister far from the core worlds?
Yeah, she's close to wild space, in fact.
That's probably the safest place for him right now.
Yeah.
There's a decree. Those in power largely think that it is fulfilled. That all who show sensitivity are to either become tools of the Empire or be destroyed. I assume you want neither fate for your child, so I would keep him in a system where the Empire does not rule.
If I get too close, we're making the jump to the unknown regions. It's not safe, and, well, I've seen what those Force users are like, and I want no part of it. Almost died trying to get out of there. Almost died before that for some perceived slight. Temperamental, lording their power over others.
When your sister meet us in Alderaan, I have a friend who's particularly good at hiding this. Yes, Alderaan is in the core, but it's ruled by a friendly family.
I'll see if I can.
I have friends in House Organa. They're already hiding a handful of young people.
I'll see if I can tell her to make the journey. No promises, though. She's never been, well, she's never been one for the core. Granted, neither have I.
Well, there is another option. However, it involves those Force users you don't care much for. I have a friend in the Outer Rim, old Grand Master of the Order in exile. I have promised not to share where he is, but if you could entrust a child to me for a time, I could drop him off somewhere I can guarantee his safety.
That might be for the best.
And I could tell my old friend that this one's not going to be any new hope. Don't train him, don't teach him, just help him be serene and not be trapped by anything.
I doubt he'll be much of a problem. Kid barely cries. He's a good egg. Always curious. Always trying to learn something new. Might have to teach him some of this force just to, well, keep him occupied.
Well, it is an old Grand Master, and I respect your wishes. My friend would want to teach him, especially if he's very young. But if it is your wish that he's left out of all of this, we can do that too.
Whichever you deem to be the safest option. If you believe him controlling his powers would mean that he is safer, then allowing him to, well, remain as he is, then by all means, let him be trained.
I would like to. You have sensitivities. I understand that they come with wounds, so I won't pry, but it would be beneficial if perhaps we could open your mind to communicating beyond words. That way, this setup that we're doing can be done clandestinely, with many prying ears, and you'd be able to talk with your child, which I'm sure you'd like.
I would like that. I apologize if I am not the, well, most willing of students, but I will do my best.
Well, I do want to finish what I've started here, but once we've figured out how we're going to get off this planet, I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to talk. And if you're going to entrust me with this, I promise I'll do my best to bring him to safety.
His name is Nikolai, and, well, his father is a bit of a sore subject.
Then I won't ask. Give you a warm smile.
Perfect.
Don't let it. You hide a lot of pain.
Always had to. Wasn't easy being me. Wasn't easy being me in the Empire.
You don't have to feel this way. And he gestures. Is it okay if he touches like your back? Like he doesn't touch your back, but okay. When he touches your back, he's like, you don't have to feel this way. You can let go. You can be vigilant, but not haunted at the same time.
I wish I could. I've tried, but this whole training.
Try this. The next hour, I want you to be present. I don't want you thinking about what's going on the other side of the galaxy. I don't want you thinking about the lockdown, the bounties, the Death Star, or any of this other troublesome business. I want you to think about what the wind feels like. I want you to think about the temperature, the sounds of the little city, how the sand crunches under your boots. Just to be present and see how you feel after giving that a try.
I will do my best. Arena kinda nods a little awkwardly.
He backs up. He didn't want to get too touchy-feely there. And he's like, well, I think that'll help. Let me know if you want to talk more about it.
I will.
Man, I'm kind of choked up. That was intense.
Yes, it was.
So let's cut some tension to where, so basically narrating for the next 30 minutes, he's going to be talking to overtly to Spark because she said, "When can we begin?" Overtly about mindfulness. There's a big deal with him. Mindfulness, being present in the moment. To, yes, you have powers of foresight, but before you use them, you have to be aware of where you are now. Like, that's his big deal. That's the groundwork he lays down. Less overtly, he repeats the same stuff to Arena. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to town because Bran wants to negotiate. So we're selling the ship. Is that right?
I mean, the idea is to trade it to the people here at the station for help from them, and maybe some of them joining as crew. Maybe, I don't know. But for help to like work on the Ender Spire, so we can get that rolling.
Does the rest of the PCs agree with like trading in the sail barge?
Yeah. Like, Morvis was the one who initiated the deal, so.
Okay. I just want to make sure
Everyone else fine with that?
Oh, CP, okay.
Oh, we lost CP. Their internet's been crazy all night. We keep losing people.
He said be right back. He said be right back. So.
Okay.
Liam, you cool with that? Trading in the ship to try to get the starship working faster? Liam. Is my ship?
Son of a bitch, my headset has buttons. I think it might have accidentally pressed the buttons. I've been saying things.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's everything's fine. Yeah, that's fine with me. If you want to sell the barge to get better parts or something, I don't even know if we want to repair the entirety of the Endar Spire. Isn't it like some sort of capital ship?
Yeah, I mean, if we take like part of it and make it into like a Corvette or something, that would be.
Yeah, I'd rather something much
No, actually,
smaller.
it is a Corvette style ship.
Right, the big ass dungeon you guys were in was that's like a Silhouette 5 ship.
Right.
So yeah, I'm assuming you're making it smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because that's like capital ship size, and I don't want to be flying around a capital ship.
Well, technically, you won't be flying it. I would be flying it.
It'd still be kind of big. I mean, it's still pretty.
My
big.
point still stands.
It's about as big as it's going to be about as big as a sailboat.
I would rather be able to dodge Imperial Star Destroyers than try to battle them or run away from them. I mean, I guess dodging is still running away. My point still stands.
It's going to be halfway between the Millennium Falcon and like a Mon Calamari Cruiser. It's going to be like halfway between that. Does that work? Or do we want to make it smaller?
No, that's fine. That's fine with me.
Yeah, it's the same size as the Endar Spire. Like, it is a Corvette style ship, so it's a Hammerhead Corvette style ship, so it makes sense for it to be.
So they made the Hammerhead Corvettes based off the Endar Spire, which was more of a frigate slash.
Yeah. To be clear, the dungeon you guys went in was built as like a destroyer.
Yeah.
So Liam is like, I just went through that like 2-deck monstrosity. I don't want to fly that fucking thing.
Yeah.
But yes, I've always assumed it's going to be shrunk down to like a Silhouette 4 ship. So right now it's like Silhouette 6. Okay, so I mean, do you even have to negotiate with that? Because that sail barge is pretty awesome.
No, I didn't. I was just saying that while all the Jedi were doing their Jedi stuff, and so that's what
I mean,
that's what Bran would be up to.
They'll take that trade. Like, all you want us to do is help out this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Take
do
care
that.
of my mom.
We'll do
Yeah,
that.
make sure my mom's okay.
We'll do that for this like million credit ship you're giving us. Great. That sounds good.
Okay.
That's
Maybe you know us much in the
fantastic.
future.
Yeah, I mean, do we even need to roll because like
No, I don't think we necessarily.
That's a really good fucking deal for them.
Remember,
Alright.
Morvis was the one who started the deal, and rolled very high. So
Well, let me just turn off the sensor shit on this map so you can just see the whole map because you're not going to be flying around it. There you go. You should just be able to see the whole tank now.
Nice.
I am just loving it.
That's cool.
I did mess up. This is supposed to say deck 74, not 47. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
This is the big city down here. This is
Right.
kind of an extension of the lower city.
Right.
Little Ryloth, huh?
Yeah, it's a little
There's
Twi'lek
a bunch of mini
settlement.
huts there.
It's more. It's like a Twi'lek settlement.
Right.
Like little China, but Star Wars edition.
Yep. Okay. Hey, CB, just double checking. You're okay with selling the sail barge?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me advance time. It's going to be like 10 hours before you hear from the guy. Is there anything else you guys want to do in those 10 hours?
I need to call my sister.
Okay.
I would
You
like
will
to talk
have
to Ben.
you will have some trouble getting through. Like the first several calls you make don't get through because there's a problem with connections on this planet right now. You do eventually get through. Though you might be a little frustrated when you do. She picks up and you hear some cantina music in the background. It's a little loud. Hey kid, give me a second. I'll get out. Let me get outside of here.
I'm older than you by almost a decade, Palin. I am not a kid.
Yeah? Well, I taught you enough that I'm gonna call you a kid.
Damn.
If
Fair,
this is not
I
her
guess.
character and you want me to change it, let me know.
No, it's perfect. This is hilarious.
So she goes outside and you can kind of hear some there's traffic somewhere nearby. Sounds like she's on Nar Shaddaa or something like that, some urban kind of scum hole. Nar Shaddaa or something like that. That would be in wild space, but some kind of big urban place.
How's the hunting going?
Not saying. I got all the way out here and there's some bounties up for about 25K, but news that went through Imperial space this morning came through about an hour ago for 2 targets on Terrace worth 100K apiece. I'm almost thinking about heading out that way.
I would highly recommend against that. You know that whole mess I was talking about that competing project that got over the actually good project? Apparently it's a thing.
What? Catch me up. I'm missing part of this.
The Death Star. It exists. And personally, I want to see it gone. And one of these targets may or may not hold the answer. rebel stuff.
I
It's
thought
rebel
you
business.
said they'd never build that.
I know.
I thought Handsome True Blue was going to make the best starfighter in the galaxy. I thought that's what you
He
were
got
gonna do.
outbid.
On a moon-sized space station?
Yeah, I honestly never thought it was gonna work.
I don't know. I think a strike force would be more effective.
I know. And Krennic's
Okay,
a
so
doofus.
what's that have to do with these bounties? Are they like they know secrets or something?
One of them may have the plans to this flippin' destroyer thing.
Well, shit, let's turn them in. We could retire off of that kind of money.
Or we could get rid of this Death Star and we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, but the problem is then we have to keep working for the rest of our lives.
I know.
Okay.
Tell you what.
I won't come to Terrace to retire. What's up? Are you calling me to keep me out of Terrace?
Well, I'm actually calling to bring you closer. It's weird. I met some guy. Said he had a safe place for Nick. Trust him.
How long you known this guy? Does he have any money?
It's kind of an old Jedi.
Okay, hang on. You don't want to... What? You know boyfriend's an old Jedi?
He is
Okay,
not
you're
my
screwing
new
with me now.
boyfriend. He is not my new boyfriend.
Wait a minute. The Jedi tried to overthrow the government 20 years ago and all got killed off for it. What are you talking about?
You remember the whole thing that I got kicked at, that I ran away from the whole Empire for? Yeah,
Yeah, but you ain't a Jedi.
Yeah, there's a good chance Nikolai has it too.
Sure, but you and him ain't Jedi. You ain't met a Jedi. You check this guy out. I think he's lying to you.
I did. I ran. Well, didn't run tests. I pulled out a history book. Yeah, it checks out. This guy's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Hold on a second. You know where Obi-Wan Kenobi is?
We are not turning him in either. He's the one chance we have to get Nikolai somewhere safe.
He's worth about 12 million credits, you know.
Oh.
I know he is. But at the same time, Nikolai's safety is worth more than that.
You could buy Nikolai his own planet for that.
Yeah, where he'll get found and probably killed.
All right. I don't... Before I hand over the kid to this guy, I want to see some receipts, though. Like, I trust you, but telling me that you found Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's like saying I stumbled across Yoda yesterday.
That's fair. I'll send you the research. It will be itemized. Do not worry about this.
Oh, hold on a second. I can't dock on Terrace. They got a blockade something fierce there. I'm just checking this out. They pulled us up on the HoloNet. Look at the skies surrounding Terrace. No one in, no one out.
It's gonna be hell trying to get out then. Because I'm trying to leave. Something I'm going to Alderaan, apparently. There might be money in it for us.
Yeah, but not 12 million credits.
Tell you what, I'll
I gotta.
give you.
You have to figure out some way for me to get through because they're not allowing people to dock unless they're bringing. Hang on a second, Terrace. They got a problem with food in the lower city, right?
Yeah. We're starving down here, and it's annoying as all hell. I've been on ration bars since I don't know how long.
I mean, one thing you can trust about Yucca Monopolis is if I drop by Dantooine, I can buy grain and some beef at low prices, drop it off at Terrace, and make quite a profit. All right, I could do this. I have to pose as if I'm. I have to pose as if I'm essential services. So, uh, it's going to be a little bit. I'm going to have to head somewhere where I can pick up a lot of food, and I'm just going to pretend like I'm the grocery truck. Okay?
Yeah, ditch the armor for a bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to negotiate prices on grain wearing Beskar.
I know, just gotta make sure we're being smart about this.
Okay, so I could do this, but I'm going to need like 2 weeks because I'm going to need to head to Dantooine first, and then I'm going to have to head your way. It's going to be like maybe even 3 weeks, depending on how long it takes me to make deals on Dantooine.
I'll send you over some codes, see if that'll help.
All right, and you said you were going to split something with me?
Yeah, reward from this job I'm on.
All right, I'll take a take in that. I make a pretty good profit selling food to all you broke ass people. All right, I'll be in touch.
Yeah.
I'll leave port later tonight.
And, well, tell Nick I'll see him soon.
Okay.
Miss the poor kid.
Well, I mean, when we pull out, I'll have him call you in about 2 hours, okay?
Okay. Thanks, sis.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Arena is going to tell some people that, hey, we've got food incoming.
Well, like the plan is she's gonna sell it to like a distributor, so it's probably not coming to you. It's probably gonna feed rich people. But
Fair.
like she has to pretend she has to have the only people that are allowed to dock are people bringing supplies to keep the city functioning.
Yeah.
Because the place is on lockdown because they're looking for these terrorists, right?
Okay.
So that's a plan. Okay, I'll make a little money on the side while I'm doing it.
We're broke.
Okay, so what else is going on? What else do we want to do?
I want to talk to Kenobi.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess I'll walk out of this restaurant after having a nice meal and approach Obi-Wan. What's he doing?
Let's set the scene. So, I assume he's been with Spark Vizsla for like a couple hours, right?
Who, Obi-Wan or Liam?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
So I need to. Let me go ahead and sort. I need to sort some stuff out real fast. Obi-Wan has. Here's what mentor. Obi-Wan mentor. He mentors move, heal, arm, sense, Endure, enhance, and influence. He also mentors all right. So Spark and Arena, write that down. You have a mentor for all that shit. Which means that it costs one less experience points to buy that stuff. You guys get that?
Hell yeah.
My shit.
Oh yeah, mentors rock.
Okay, Spark, are you here?
Yep.
Spark. Oh, there's Spark.
All right. So I assume you've been like out with Obi-Wan for the last couple hours. Like,
Yeah.
mixture of meditating, talking about your feelings, stuff like that. Okay, so we'll set the scene. He's in the same location, and he's saying, so this will go. This I know this goes against everything you've been taught, but use of the Force if you want to avoid the chains that come from embracing the dark side requires that you do not use it as a weapon. You do not use it as a tool. You use it as a guide. Sometimes the Force will guide you to do something that you think is foolish, but it is your guide. And if you follow it, then you won't lock yourself in the chains of your own emotions. Do you understand?
She nods. She's not a stranger to having to box up her emotions, you know, being a mercenary and all.
Okay. So there's actually maybe a little bit, maybe this isn't weird at all. You're kind of like, okay, I see what you're saying. Like, emotions weigh me down, they can tie me up. I've been on missions where if you're emotional, you get in trouble. So, this is what's going on when Liam approaches. He's talking about emotions with her.
How's it going, Ben?
I apparently have pupils.
And what exactly are you teaching them?
I am teaching. All I'm reiterating now is to let your senses guide you. The sense that this one has for the cosmic force to guide her, as opposed to wield it like an instrument. This is one of the first lessons that we teach younglings. It is more difficult when you're teaching an adult who has had to endure the dark times, the Empire.
You can kind of see that Liam is empathetic towards what he just said. As they're probably very similar in age. Probably not have, the same experience, but similar experiences. He says, so how did you deal with it all? Really? Well, I heard rumors anyway that children were taken by the old order.
A perception check with adversary 2, so 2 upgrades. Difficulty 2, adversary 2.
Fantastic, so 2 red dice.
Yeah, it's just because he's good at hiding with the darkness.
Wow.
You almost see him go heroic blue screen of death for a second.
Heroic blue screen of death?
Yeah, you're not familiar with that? Okay, so you
No.
know the Windows blue screen of
PTSD
death.
flashback.
Oh, I see. Okay. No, I'm familiar with the blue screen of death. I was like heroic blue screen of death.
So he's having a blue screen of death in his internal brain computer because he just got overwhelmed with emotions. That's what the heroic blue screen is.
I see.
Like you see his kind of eyes.
I've been to Vietnam. It wasn't pretty.
His pupils, which were dilated, tighten. His eyes go wide. He takes a deep breath. There were a lot of good friends. We were doing our best to try to keep the galaxy at peace. And a lot of good friends turned into monsters. Yeah, children died. They didn't deserve that.
He puts his hand on Ben's shoulder, and he's like, "Well, I'm not sure if you can really take solace in that fact, but obviously you know you're not the only one.
What is
I want to make sure."
What is
Sorry,
unique to me is the young man who slew children was a pupil of mine. So he's having a hard time talking. So whenever I am reminded of that, I'm reminded of my own failings. If I could have been more understanding with him, listened to him when he was angry. I was so dismissive of him. Maybe those children are all my fault.
I can understand your solemnness and melancholy over something such as distressful as teaching someone to become a monster. But it would seem that our past demons have a habit of haunting us, and I suppose maybe these new pupils of yours could bring to light your better nature to create something better than there was before. Or at least that's what I'm thinking you're trying to do.
I've said this to you already, Spark, but I intend to only go so far. Because of my failings, if this goes farther than the basics, I intend to introduce these people to someone who's a better teacher than I am. Someone who's more patient.
I see. Well,
but that would all have to come after Alder.
I'm sure they have a lot to learn on their own. With you giving them only the basic steps of guidance. He just kind of gives a big sigh, and he's just like, I just wish all this violence would end already. I'm so tired of it. It seems anywhere that I go, it follows me, whether I want it to or not.
I long for an end to all this conflict too.
I guess old soldiers like us don't get peace, do we?
I think that maybe in my time here on this planet, I've seen a lot of people who have nothing do their best for others. Maybe it's a weakness of my character, but I try to strive to think that there is peace somewhere, and that the small actions of ordinary people can turn all of us around someday.
Generosity and mercy make the universe a much more pleasant way to live, and looking for it in other people is not a weakness. More of a gift, I would think, but I suppose considering your past, I can see how difficult it might be to consider these things, or I suppose look past them.
I didn't know how much I needed that, but you came here to cheer me up. You did a pretty good job.
I just want to make sure I know what's going on. My glory days are over, but if I can make sure that these kids pull out the other side alive, I'd much rather die knowing that than you know, just
Are you
being a part
are you
of.
coming? Are you coming with us to Alderaan?
Well, it would seem that the town has been taught a significant amount of self-defense, and well, they might not need me as much as they used to.
I believe there may be. Maybe it takes a while for old soldiers to find peace, but uh, if you stick, I know that maybe it's time you've might have had enough of all of this war, but if I think your talents and your experience, there's people on Alderaan who could use them to do more for the galaxy at large.
Well, I guess if you put it that way, doesn't seem like there's much of a choice, is there?
Well, I'm looking forward to traveling with you. My understanding as to what we're doing next is we're just waiting for someone to come and fix this ship, and we're gonna try to fly out of here. I don't
One
know
would
under what pretense, though.
one would hope.
To figure out how we plan to break the planetary blockade. Suppose we could pose as a merchant.
I suppose so. I've never really been one for plans as far as the secretive and espionage type, but doesn't mean I can't play along, of course. If you've got something up your sleeve, old Ben.
Well, when I've traveled around, I think I know the ship you're talking about. It's big, but I don't think it's going to fight off a fleet of star destroyers. So we're going to have to use some guile if we're going to get out of here.
Yes, that is most definitely going to be the case. Especially with an Imperial blockade, they're not, well, at least they're better than the CIS was, but I guess that makes it worse on our end.
I. This may. This, this may bother you as an old soldier, but There were parts of the CIS who were evil, but I found in the years since the war, a lot of the people who were behind it only wanted to be free. The enemy we have now is there's no good side to it. It is just evil for the sake of power alone. I would argue that our enemy now is far more dangerous.
I'll have to apologize for my preconceived notions of that war, but being taken by the more, I suppose, as you would put it, evil parts of the CIS and forced to work under them doesn't really go well with my experience, or at least runs contrary to it. So you'll have to take my apology and myself not fully believing what you've said. I understand that the Republic was not perfect.
I don't mean offense. I'm sorry.
Not to say that the Republic was perfect, but it's one hell of a better alternative.
What we're in now, I think we can all agree, is a big mess.
Much, much worse. Most definitely agreed.
So around this time, Bran would get a call from his friend saying, "Okay, so I've got good news and bad news.
Right.
Good news is I'm nearby. In fact, me and my team are quite near the ship.
Fantastic.
The bad news is I'm being booked for espionage in some old prison nearby."
Oh, that's not good. What? Why? Did they say why? And how were you arrested?
I attempted proper channels, saying that I was coming to perform the duties that I was assigned on this planet, that I was assigned begrudgingly by my superiors. And when I told Transit my destination, they said, "Oh, that's the location of that droid. We tracked that droid leaving a location nearby there. We've got a few questions for you." And
That's terrible.
I've heard everyone on this transport's going to be booked for interrogation.
Well, hopefully we can help you out with that.
I would be forever in your debt.
Yes, of course.
Hopefully we can help with interrogating. Fantastic.
Hey, no comm calls. And the line shuts off.
Oh, well.
I would assume Bran is in his apartment and Morvis is in the same apartment. Wisdom basically helping out Bran's mother with some dishes and everything. So like the call is, there. So like Morvis would practically hear this, I guess.
Well, I would inform everyone because I'm not going to go down by myself. And,
No, I'm saying that Morvis and your character were in the same room when the call came in.
Oh, yeah. And I would have filled you in on what you didn't hear on the other end, and then I would be like, we got to round up the posse. We got more issues to deal with.
From what I heard of your description, indeed, we have to work on this fast.
Alrighty.
So you round everybody up.
Yep.
So fill everybody in.
Right. I tell everyone, that the guy that was going to help us repair the ship and get it ready has been booked for interrogation. Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. They're just going to ask him questions?
Yeah.
Well,
Or
it's
are they
about
are they
about
putting-
espionage.
But he doesn't know anything, right?
That's right. He doesn't know anything. So you might be able to just wait. But maybe you're not able to. Who knows?
Right. And he might point at us, and that would lead eventually to Kenobi and the droid. Have we heard anything about Dune? Do we know anything about Cara Dune? Besides that she's wanted?
I know that she's wanted.
Well, I mean, there is still the other bounty we could turn in.
You can turn in the robot.
We don't want to turn in the robot.
Don't we though?
I would much rather have the Death Star not exist than have it exist.
I've done a setup kind of similar to this, and they turned into robot, and we had a lot of fun. It was a different story.
We could just download the plans.
Damn.
Yeah, but the robot.
Yeah, but the robot. I'm a robot racist,
guy?
so I'm totally fine with throwing it in.
No.
I've grown rather attached to the little guy.
My man has spent so many years fighting robots.
Yeah, you don't like the droids.
I don't like the droids.
It's basically going. Right, it's basically gonna like put both hands on like R3 things. Like, but look at his little face.
That's not the face of mercy. It's the face of death.
So when like the B1s showed up in that in the Endar Spire, did you have like a flashback or something?
There you go, yeah, Vietnam flashback. He remembers the fucking trenches. Well, like I really should just write down like a backstory and post it to you. But basically, like in one of the CIS's invasions, he was captured and then forced labor, and then eventually he was liberated by the Republic and joined their Marine group or Planetary Defense Marine group, and had a few campaigns there. Maybe fought with like the clones once or twice, but that's the long and short of it. Without details, but yes. Not a fan of the B1s.
But this isn't a B1.
This
is an R3.
Droid. They're all dangerous. Especially the ones with more sassy personalities. They're the ones more likely to turn on you.
I haven't had a time to really showcase this, but I actually rolled the personalities, and they're like totally different. R3 T7's personality flaw is that it's overly literal. Like you tell it to do something and it does exactly what you said.
And
it
I
doesn't
love
understand.
that.
It's like autistic.
Oh no.
And like
Arena has projected onto this droid.
PC10X9 is lazy and has an attitude problem.
That's the one we're gonna have to look out for.
But that's not the one with the bounty.
I thought they both had a bounty. Maybe it's my mistake.
That's bounty for Cara Dune and R3T7.
I see.
They're not looking for a pair of droids, just a single droid?
Well, they're looking for a pair of droids, like details and stuff, but they didn't put a bounty up for TC yet.
Ah, okay.
They got started looking.
Movies. Sorry.
So yeah, what's your plan? Do you want to like have him go in and then they torture the poor dude and then they let him go and because he doesn't know anything?
Well, I
I
mean,
Or
the thing is, I mean, he won't know anything. He doesn't know anything. And if we break him out, they're going to be looking for him, and the Endar Spire is really close to there, and they know about the Endar Spire from the dealings with the Black Suns. So my concern is that if we go in and break him out, then he'll not have a chance to work on it and repair it, and not give us a chance to leave. Right?
Yeah, I can kind of see where you're going with that.
What do you think, Jim? Is that like crazy logic, or is that like, you know,
that
what
is
what do you think?
that is quite well thought out. I mean,
Okay.
I was trying to tempt you, but like
Okay.
I was also thinking the same shit in the background. Like
Okay.
I'm
Well, I
surprised you started
mean,
thinking about it. That's pretty clear-headed of you.
what we could do is until the guy probably Hollow calls us again, we could probably be on standby, and we could probably
True.
pick him up with the pleasure barge.
Yeah, and we could maybe keep an eye out, like
Yeah, and if
maybe
the
have a couple
Imperials and if
people
the
watch.
yeah, and if the Imperials start the question, we will say that we are the locals that are going to be helping him with the restoration of this so-called ship and everything. So he would
Yeah.
get Imperial workers as well as local workers to fix on this. So that's something we could
Right.
play with.
Yeah, we could like go to the ship and be like, hey, we're just waiting here to do this work that we were, told to be part of. If we want to like be there to keep an eye on it, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Well, we should only have people there as like lookouts at the ship, because
Right. Yeah.
because the main problem would be South Point Station. For like in Morvis's term, she is going to be wanting to keep that place safe from any
Right,
entanglements with the Imperials, so she would make sure that the full force is there to protect that station, while we have a small force to just be on the lookout for the Endar Spire. So if they see a massive Imperial convoy moving there, then like they would like calm it in and probably book it out of there.
Cool.
You guys, this is really important. I got a kitty cat.
Aww.
Fair enough.
She has furry pants. Okay, sorry.
What?
He has a kitty cat.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I got that part. Something about pants?
She has furry pants.
Furry pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important.
That's a very important thing to know. Dogs do too.
Jumped up on my shoulder instead of like rubbing her face against my head.
Friend.
So
as one does.
So the plan is we're gonna have some people stationed at Endar Spire, since that is close to the penal block.
Right.
While we probably would have, I don't know, the best combat efficient people like Bran staying there in case there's another attack. So I guess the main people that will probably go would be probably Morvisis and Riva, and maybe it depends if Liam wants to come or Spark. It really does depend.
Go to the Endar Spire, or where the guys?
To the Endar Spire. Like guys who are good with stealth and survival should go to the Endar Spire, while people who are good with combat but like mostly in the sense of like wanting to stay put and help defend the town should be at South Point. That's what I'm thinking.
Great question. I'm good at both.
Well, again, like it's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like because I'm thinking that Riva and Morvis would be at the Endar Spire since they have good intelligence and stealth. If they want to, provide a like presence there to keep an eye on the thing, so it would make sense. And Bran should and Riva is a sniper, obviously.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and I do have a panic button. If this guy looks like he's about to die, I could just shoot the interrogator.
Yeah. That, and Bran should stay at South Point because of his leadership skills and everything.
All that jazz. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, but so it depends on whether Spork or Liam want to stay at South Point, or one of them wants to come with us to the Endar Spire. Because I think the one thing is we will probably get Liam's constables to come with us, or something. That or Easy Pete or something. I don't know.
Easy Pete.
Because we would need
our boy.
We would need his crew's technical skills to at least get some of these systems in the Endar Spire working, probably like the sensor grid and everything. It would make sense.
Have you guys ever seen one of those movies where like a helicopter flies down on like a little village?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of happening. Like in the middle of your conversation, it gets interrupted with, there's like a drop ship coming to land like in the middle of town.
An Imperial one?
No. It looks like it might have been an Imperial dropship at some point, but it's colored with like weird Mandalorian symbols.
Oh, sweet.
Mandalorians are here.
Sweet.
And about the same time, Spark gets a call saying, "Hey, organized a crew. I had to push a lot of paperwork, but I got a pickup for those guys."
Oh, fantastic.
Spark is with us.
Go lay back down. Go to bed.
Okay.
Oh my god. Go to bed.
Break time?
It's all so cute. The cat and the kitties.
There is no kitty, only man.
Only man?
Man. I mean, basically, the ship lands, picks up the dudes, and they take off. It's not a big deal.
Right.
It's like scary for a second, but
man.
And while they're there, they say, "Hey, you guys need a lift anywhere?"
We could all exit the planet now.
I mean, it's I don't mean drop ship. It's like an air transport ship. It's like an airplane.
I see.
Sit on the big chair.
So, like, do you need get someone else on the planet?
You guys can go down to the Endar Spire.
Yeah, I guess I'll head over there.
If you want Clan Vizsla to know about it.
Oh, that's your call.
Yeah.
Although Felicity's Clan Vizsla, so maybe they already do.
I was gonna say, Clan Vizsla's gonna know about it no matter what.
Yeah.
So you guys take the ride from them to go to the ship?
Yeah, that's probably easier anyway.
Yeah, we don't have to make like survival checks walking through the wilderness. Okay. When you get there, you see like a crew outside and like several like industrial vehicles, and like 2 or 3 of the guys are kind of around a glow rod playing dice. They all look really bored. crew of about maybe 20 people.
I'm back.
You could-
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
You could be like, hey, start working on the ship. Although I don't know if that guy, if they know what to do without that guy.
So when your ship lands, the like, hey, are you the contact we're supposed to be looking for?
That would be Morpheus and
me?
yeah, y'all went to the Endor Spire, and the Clan Vizsla Mandalorian showed up to get their kids back, and they dropped you all off.
Oh, so they're gonna drop us off at the Endor Spire.
Yeah, they just did, and there's like a work crew.
Okay, but wait. Okay, so who's going with us to the Endor Spire? Because I did not get that.
You and
Reva.
I think you and Reva and Liam, right?
Yep, and me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do get to the Endor Spire. So what do we see?
So Felicity, a dropship for Clan Vizsla came to pick up those guys. Are you going with your new friends to the ship, or are you gonna betray everyone and tell them where the robot is? What are you gonna do?
She'll go with her new friends.
Okay. No betrayal
No.
yet.
Yet.
Okay. So yeah, it's basically there's like a contractor that's arrived saying, "Hey, we were supposed to be meeting Liam O'Connor the Fifth, but we got a comm from him saying we might not meet him. We might instead be meeting Bran Dune. You guys know any of these people?"
Morvis kind of like just nudges at Bran and say, "Well, you're up."
I thought Bran didn't come.
Oh.
No, Liam was
No.
was the other contact.
Sorry,
I'm not here.
Could you repeat that one more time, GM?
So there's a contracted group out there, about 25 people, and they've got like equipment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they say, "Hey, we're supposed to be meeting a Liam O'Connor the Fifth, but we got a call from him saying change of plans. We might be meeting a Bran Dune. You know either of these people?"
Well, my name's Liam, but I'm not so sure on the last name. There?
Oh, that's the Imperial. That's my bad.
Oh.
Yeah, here. I don't think it's the same one. And he shows me a picture of this like 5'4", skinny, pasty ass Imperial dude.
Morvis kind of looks up at the pic and say, "Oh yeah, he's gonna be here a bit sooner. We're basically Bran's contacts to help and provide security for your reclamation work."
Okay, so we got a problem here. Your 4 of your ship is a radiation hotspot. If you want to get that, we're going to need more money than has been promised because we need to get a hazmat team to clean that up. Now, we can turn that into slag and push that over to the side and not deal with it. Your ship will be a little bit smaller, but we can take the ram off of it and fashion a new front hull, i.e., we can make the ship smaller.
Corvette sized?
Yeah, you'd be instead of like a destroyer, you'd be looking at something about twice the size of a lambda shuttle.
That's good.
Because I thought like we were getting like a Corvette ship.
That would be about twice the size of the Lambda shuttle.
Okay. Because I'm trying to remember what the Lambda shuttle looks like.
It's the Imperial shuttle that
With the
what's his
folding
name
wing.
showed up.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not.
The
It's
Emperor
not
shuttle.
that. It's going to be shaped totally different. But it's going to be about twice. The
He's
size.
just talking about the size. Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you want to keep it intact, 25,000 credits ain't going to do it. You're talking more in the 100,000 credit range. You got a serious radiation problem on the front end.
Well, great, because, out of character, one bounty has 95,000 credits. And
well, out
that
of
is
character,
the droid.
Out of character, he's just. This is the reason for why our ship is going to be smaller. That's all. We don't have to pay him to make the ship really big again. So we can just agree with him and be like, "That's great. Do that."
Okay, because, like, this ship is going to hold other smaller ships, obviously.
Right? Yeah.
You'll have a hangar about the size that can hold surface-to-air shuttle and a fighter.
So yeah, Morvis just nods her head and say, "Yes, that will be more than doable.
We're still talking a big ship. You know, bigger than any ship I ever seen. But it ain't gonna be a Star Destroyer.
Well, I think not. Judging by the amount of wreck, rust, and damage this thing survived, it's an amazement that it's still intact."
You ain't seen my crew work. We can fix that. Problem is, we ain't skilled for the radiation. So if we can just get that hyperdrive mess out of there, sell the scrap, get more modern engines installed, we can put this together. Probably give us about 2 weeks. We're a little short-staffed, so.
No, that's no issue. Yes, the radiation problem should be pushed aside. We don't want to deal with that, so we will push it aside and sell it, as you say.
Okay, well, we'll get to work. Hey, everyone, get started. We're gonna shave off the front hull. And everyone starts moving around, and he's like, "All right, I'm glad you showed up. These people are fat enough as it is." All right.
Tell him that we've got people coming from the station to come help.
Yeah, Morvis also says, we're also getting some people from South Point Station to help out, seeing that your Liam O'Connell hired us to help out with this. So they're gonna come and provide some extra support with the workforce.
What kind of numbers we talking?
Actually, yeah.
What kind of numbers are we talking about, GM?
Probably about 25 people.
Okay.
About 25 people or so with the extra help. After all, we did have to rescue some kids from that South Point Station that were being used as slaves as a criminal empire.
Hey, great. My name's Foreman Dorai. Tell them to meet up with me. I'll get them sorted out. If these people know how to work, I might be able to get this put together in about a week. It is still pushing it, though, unless these people are experienced with ion engines.
I'm pretty sure they are experienced. Pretty sure.
With ion engines?
With,
If they are, they shouldn't be living down here.
Pretty sure. We know someone by the name of Pete, who is pretty good with technical expertise. He's a scrapper, but pretty sure he could get his hands on things.
I mean, you want to pay a scrapper to make your ion array, you're going to get a scrapped ion array.
Like I said, he could help out in other fields, probably not, as you say, the ion array.
Alright, let's go ahead and do this.
Copy that. And I turn to Liam and I say, why don't you go check the perimeter and make sure everybody's safe and making sure there are no rat ghouls around. And I turn to Reva and I just say, you mind perching up on a high point to keep an eye out for any hostiles that may be coming?
Roger that.
The Endor Spire's got a great high point too.
All right.
So
I create sniper nest.
Yeah. So Morvis is probably gonna stick with the foreman. So if the foreman needs like certain things, Morvis is then gonna probably calm Bran with the certain details that needs to be dealt with. And if
Sure.
yeah, and when Liam is out of the penal colony and is contacted by Bran, I'm thinking Bran is gonna have Liam on the barge to be escorted to the Endor Spire.
Okay, sounds like a cool plan. I'm good with that.
Engines. Let's see what engine options you get. So he's going to want to work this out with you. He recommends you put on an ion drive array. That'll take him a little bit longer. That's going to get you the best maneuverability and speed. You could do a fusel thrust engine. Anything with less power is not going to be able to move it very well. Fusel thrust engine he could probably put together in about 2.5 days. But if you can give him a week, he can put a much better engine on it.
Yeah, we'll give him a week. We want the better engine so we have great maneuverability.
Okay.
Is everybody cool with that?
Definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Seeing as I'm waiting 2 weeks for my sister to show up.
Okay. Well, we'll hold on to that. We got 2 advantages for the engine. Hyperdrive. Be class 3 hyperdrive or class 2 hyperdrive? Class 2 hyperdrive. Wow. Class 2 hyperdrive. That's only a 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, installs hyperdrive. And then the big one, assembly. This is a Silhouette 4 ship. Daunting. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So go here. And this is him talking with people over the week. You can spend 2 advantages on frame, 3 advantages on engines, and 6 advantages on integration assembly.
Got that link again?
I linked it in the thing.
Oh, wow, that's weird. It didn't show up the first time.
Okay, so
Literally just clicked back and that's, yeah.
So what are we looking at?
Okay, so there's steps to making a starship. Step 1 is frame.
Okay, and I'm looking.
Scroll down until you get to frame integration.
Got it.
You have 2 advantages to spend.
Okay.
Hull integration, you mean?
No, frame integration. So we have 2
personally?
advantages. We could. No, yeah. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
Personally, I think customizable might be nice.
Yeah, having a extra hard point would be great. Integrated movement, increase or decrease the crew or passenger capacity by half, rounded up. or reinforced construction increase the craft's hull trauma threshold by 1.
That's not bad. Those are all good.
Mm-hmm. But
and you have some.
I mean,
you
the
have some
crew-
benefits that are already that you already have some benefits from the way it was initially designed that are going to carry over. So it's going to be a pretty cool ship when you're done with it.
I mean, one of the things is with the crew, if we can decrease the crew, basically.
Okay, so this is
That's about it.
assumed. I'm just going to throw this out there. It's assumed that you can operate it with like a pilot, a co-pilot,
Okay.
and an engineer. Like
Okay.
you can operate the ship with 3 people. It does not operate perfectly with 3 people. If you can
Right.
man more stations, you can have people shoot at stuff. And if you can have like a crew in the engineering department, they'll get bonuses to their roles. But you can
Right.
operate it with 3 people.
so it's either customizable or reinforced construction. Personally, I think I would.
Customizable.
Yeah, I would go
sorry,
with custom. No, I would go with customizable. Same thing like CB said, because it would increase the hard point.
Yeah, that's more that's more options.
Okay, engine integration, 3 advantages. So you scroll down to different types of
engine
engines.
integration. You said.
Yeah, hull was a wash. So just go to engine integration.
How many advantages?
We have 3
3.
advantages.
Okay.
So if we spend 2 advantages, we could get enhanced output, increases the craft speed by 1 to a maximum of 6. Fine-tuned circuit, increase the craft system strength threshold by 1. If we use all 3 of them, we could get the efficient construction. The character retains supplies with 50% of the material price needed to craft the item.
Enhanced power to deflectors is fucking broken.
Yeah, increase each vehicle defense
Power
zone.
to deflectors.
Yeah, I mean, that or easy to repair. Again,
enhanced power to deflectors is an extra shield point for all 4 zones.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Enhanced to power deflectors. Enhanced to power deflectors, my man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enhanced shields. And then
assembly.
Okay, so skip hull. Hull was a wash, and you already have a cool hull thing for that. Like what the fuck was it called? Like it's made a certain way, so it's really easy to spot. I forget what it was called, but
I'm thinking it was layered plating or something.
No, it was like distinctive appearance. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because of the hammer.
Yeah, because of the hammerhead.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that because I can't find it.
Well, don't worry.
Oh, distinctive style is under assembly integration.
Oh.
Distinctive style.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You've got 6 more there.
We've got 6 more under assembly integration.
You
Nice.
did really well with that.
So we already have the distinctive style. We could do the whole ahead of schedule thing, but that is something we could do. But
personally, I'm thinking we designate a pilot and have customized controls.
Yeah.
So I took the piloting specialization, so I could be the main pilot.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, customized
that would make
controls.
Sense.
So customized controls. So we have 6. So -2.
I like improved safety features.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So improved safety features. So we have 4 left.
I mean, ahead of schedule, reduce the time required. Like he does it a lot faster.
That's 3 left. I mean, it's 1 for improved safety features, 2 for customized
2,
control.
3. Yeah. Okay, so wait. Yeah, that would be exactly 6. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, wait. What? hang on, I have my calculator out. So
Sorry.
yeah.
So ahead of schedule is 3, customized controls is 2, and then improved safety features is 1. So that's 6.
So yeah, let's do it.
He completes the assembly step 25% faster, so he completes it instead of 5 days. It's like 4 days because he had other steps before that.
I love the distinctive style because I get, like we all do, but like it's gonna go so well with my ship captain.
Yeah, and I think the distinctive
Thing.
style would be basically the hammerhead fin.
Okay,
Oh,
so
totally.
He's able to complete
Maybe we
it.
should have.
He's
Maybe
able to
we
complete
should have.
work in 4 days. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe we should have made Bran the ship captain, the one with the piloting control.
No. I'm the captain, Orvisus is the pilot. So it's like
There's a difference.
So like, what's old Star Trek?
There's
God damn it.
helmsman and there's captain.
So Sulu. So Sulu's
Morpheus
the
is
pilot.
Sulu.
Morvisus is Sulu, and I'm Kirk.
I'm the red shirt. Actually, no. Actually, no, I'm
Worf.
Spock.
You're Worf.
No, you're Worf.
Or Tasha Yar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, or Tasha Yar, yeah.
No, I would say Spark would be Worf, seeing that
Spark is Worf, and
I have enough science shit to be Spock.
Arena's Tasha Yar. I don't know who Spark is. Oh no, Spark is Worf. I don't know who the other Jedi is. Like Odo, because she's like a cop. So Liam and her are both kind of different types of Odo.
Mm-hmm.
Rena reminds me a little bit of what's her name from DS9?
Kira?
Kira, yeah, Nerys.
Okay, so I'm going to add all this shit later. And we normally stop about 30 minutes after this, but this was kind of a fucking lazy game.
It worked.
I mean,
Well, so how many days does it take for the ship to be put together?
4.
So it's gonna be about. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like 2 weeks total.
He said it's going to be 2 weeks because he was understaffed. He brought more crew, so it brought it down to 1 week. A week
nice.
in Star Wars is 5 days. His last step was 1 day less. So.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So it's basically going to be 1 week and 4 days later.
Yep. And it's
Okay.
just 4 days. Just 4 days. So you're currently on the 20. You're on the 7th day of Nalona, so it'd be the 13th of Nalona when it gets done.
Okay.
And we'll set it at noon. Okay, how about I just give everyone 10 experience points because I'm fucking tired.
Yay, thank you.
Alright then.
Totally cool.
Alright, time to get the gunslinger tree.
Nice.
So sorry this wasn't as exciting as last time.
No, it was more
it is
exciting than I
fun. Have
thought
fun.
because it had more story
Yeah.
and more roleplay in it. So I say it was fun.
Yeah, we basically
totally.
done all this action stuff. We had to catch up with a bunch of role playing. So
Yeah.
It's totally good.
Yeah.
I guess all this terrorist stuff is you're gonna fucking leave my city planet.
So yeah,
You
it was
still-
fun. It was very fun to play with you guys.
You still gotta figure out how to leave, and you gotta wait for her kid to get there.
And we have
Yeah,
to
we
wait
do
until
need the kid.
Yeah, and we have to wait until Liam O'Connell gets out of the penal block.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what's going on with him.
Yeah.
How do I add specializations?
So yeah, it was fun playing with you guys. I'm gonna dial up my XP and well, I'll get
I
off.
already did it.